Madrid Coliseum. I'm doing a review right now on Essential, um, the Essential phone. So this is kind of cool because this is the phone that has been built by the team headed by Andy Rubin, and Andy Rubin is, as we all know, one of the founders of the Android platform, as he worked at Google. So he's stepped aside and he's making his own company now that does this. So this is very cool. So the neat thing about this one is the fact that there's two pretty neat things. So in this day and age right now where we're trying to get rid of bezels, etc., this has no bezel at the top. It goes right to the top, and there's a little cutout for the camera notch. That's pretty cool, I gotta admit. It's I don't know how quote unquote useful this is, but it definitely really, it's neat. Every time I pull it up and I happen to show it to somebody, they go, "Well, that is neat. It goes right to the top." And you pull up your notifications tray and whatever you have, it just kind of works how, system icons there and your notification icons are there. It's just kind of neat how it does that. The other neat thing about this is that it has these two little dots here. These two little dots are basically for mods eventually, and right now there's just the 360 camera mod. So I don't know if you can hear that little whir going, but we'll talk about that in a second. Anyways, back to about this device. It feels amazing. I gotta admit, this feels like a really good, solid, flagship phone should feel. Doesn't feel curvy, doesn't feel light or airy. This feels solid. It is a little bit heavier. It's, what is it, ceramic with a glass back, it feels like. But it does feel like a premium slab of phone. You really have to hold it to feel it. It is kind of awkward now and again, the fact that I guess where the glass meets in at the edges, I can feel a little bit of a sharp edge here and there. And one of them, get away, had a little, you could tell like a bit of adhesive was coming off of it. So I mean, that'll wear away over time, but it was just kind of an odd feel. So we got a speaker at the bottom. We've got our SIM tray down here. We've got headphone jack, and I'll talk about that in a second. It really cool. It took me, I'm like, oh, it looks like there's a notch. Actually, that's a speaker right along that edge. It's like you can just fit your thumbnail in there, and that's your earpiece speaker. Power, volume, fingerprint sensor, dual cameras. Now, like, dual cameras are kind of cool. One is your regular, what is it, a 12 megapixel, I think it is, or I can't remember the number, camera. And then the other one is the same, but in monochrome. So it allows it to merge those photos together to really add some depth to the photo by sort of overlaying those two. And you can see that it's was pretty cool. That if I go take a picture here, right? If I go to mono, you can see that it just, I don't know if you guys can see it from your angle. If I go to mono, the setting just switches slightly. Like you can see it just changed. Oops. Ever slow, like the angle of it, because it's just the two different cameras. So that's basically in a nutshell. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really look at what the specs are and stuff like that. I'll do that in the full review on the website. But I just wanted to show you what it felt like. This is, like I said, a premium device. This is by Andy Rubin, so it is like stock Android right through. There isn't really any add-ons here that I've noticed. Even if you go into settings, the only really thing you'll find is there is an essential option in here, and then just want to be able to collect and use usage diagnostics. So you can choose to do that or not. So okay, let's talk about performance. Performance-wise, it's been great. I gotta admit, there's nothing I have been able to throw at it that I go, wow, this is slow. So this, like I said, not only feels like a solid phone, it performs like a solid phone. No slowdown. None of the apps I played it all slowed down. Watching Netflix, watching movies, everything worked just fine on it, and it's just fluid. So really good. So that way, the battery has been I mean, it's not anything to write home about wow, 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 wow. But, it's not terrible either. So, I mean, it would get me through a day, no problem. So there's nothing really outstanding to talk about there. Again, when it comes down to really what this big exciting thing about this phone is, it's going to be that mod. The thing that I'm most excited about this phone for, it's 128 gigabytes. That's a lot of space. So I could shoot videos in 4K, and I did a video in 4K on the Tilt Block Party using this. So if you watch that video, do tell me if you like it or not, in terms of is it high enough quality. Okay, so the camera itself, it's a little laggy. I gotta admit, this is a little slow sometimes. I mean, it's absolutely basic. There's no real settings to play around with. I did like how the update fixed it so that as soon as you exit out of the camera and you came back in, it would always put the auto flashback on, but it's gone now. So it's going back to how it should work, so that my settings I set on it stay no matter how I use it. So I appreciate that. But other than that, there's like not a lot of settings to play around here. But I mean, how often do I really play around it? I would have liked some manual mode or something for it. Now, the cool thing I keep showing people around is this camera mod. So the idea here is I just kind of put it on. Can you hear it whirring up? It should automatically bring me straight into the camera mod. Now I see that was kind of weird. I don't get why it does. I mean, I guess I get why it does it. It's not the greatest kind of connection, but it's pretty slow feeling. And I guess that just has the fact it has the, just a delay of how the camera works. One kind of I liked about this is that I don't think I could have done this with the 360 cam from LG. Is that in the camera, before I take a picture, I could scroll around. There's me. So that was kind of cool. You can take video, you can take your 360 photo, right? So I can go ahead and there's my 360 picture, tap it, and I can then scroll around. Now the 360 camera is pretty not so good. You can see it's grainy. It's not so fluid. So, I mean, it's not going to be something you want to go and take quality work with, but it's got the potential. But it is just laggy. Look how long it takes to load up. When I first got it, I took it to a couple of my son's football games, and we were just trying to bring it up, and it would have issues almost all the time about it doing that. And even said at one point it overheated. So I don't know. It was it's disappointing, that part of the camera. So I can't really like it so much, but oh well. The other thing about it is that it kind of sucks to put that on there and then walk around. You can't put that in your pocket now. You can't just walk around with your phone like this. It does make it a lot easier to put on, but like with the Moto 3 mods, how are you gonna get a case for this if you want to get a case? I'm fine. I don't need a case, but what if you needed a case? You can't do that with this. How would it work? Work through a case? Let's see, get something that passes through those or not. I don't know how that would work. So some manufacturers are gonna have to play around. But anyways, that's the Essential phone, or the PH-1. I really enjoyed it. I'll have a full review up on the website. If you have any questions about it, please shoot me a line. I'll just finish up, but yeah, it has no headphone jack, but it comes with a little adapter, which is kind of cool. And the cables it comes with, it does come with C to C, because the wall board it comes with, it does have USB-C, and it is quick charge, I believe 3. But they're nylon braided cables, which is really nice. I mean, it just gives, again, adding to that feel that this is a premium device. So well done, in my opinion. Okay, thanks.